And I will say to you, that's not a kit car. I got my Swiss Army knife, and I want to see how fast can I take apart this Porsche 356. Come on. What's up, people? So today, an orphan puppy dog has come to my shop. Here it is. So, Porsche 356, you might say, but there's a bunch of people that'll look at this and say, nice kit car, Casey. And I will say to you, that's not a kit car. Under there, or that is a real Porsche 356. Now this one has been modified over many decades as a race car, typical of what you'd see in the SCCA, 20, 30 years ago, and in vintage racing. And currently it's fitted with all these fiberglass panels, which makes it lighter weight. It also has coilover shocks on it and these crazy wheels and tires that are way big, too big for the wheels and curve over like that, like I remember seeing in the 90s a lot. Now, why is this car here, you ask? Especially Casey, when you're the one that's completely burned out on projects. Oh, well, one, you are right. I am burned out on projects. However, I'm probably gonna do more. And a particular gentleman has been watching my channel and thought, holy moly, I've got weird stuff, and that guy likes to build weird stuff. And I think it would be cool if I gave Casey a car and just said, you can build whatever you want out of it. So, that's the deal. This gentleman sent me a Porsche 356, and I can build whatever I want out of this. What do you think about that? Yes. So come on back here, I want to show you a few other things, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts, and I want to hear what your thoughts are below. And if you're coming to this channel for the first time, you really should subscribe. This is the place for the kookiest and most interesting builds. First of all, there's no engine in there! That is a big problem. However, there is a transaxle, so that's nice. And if you really get down here and look, you might be able to see one of the Coney coilover adjustable shocks. So there's some really cool zoomy stuff going on. And you can come up here and see. Obviously, you can see original chassis here and some of the panels made. And there's a little bit of steel left here for the bodywork. And then if we look down inside here, you can get an idea, lay of the land, really. And this is a lot nicer than you might think it is, okay? And, you know, it's got a roll bar in here, which is a little big and a little over the top, a little dumb looking. It's got an AccuSump, maybe that's still usable. Here's the shifter. This seat is in beautiful, beautiful condition, as you can see. And clearly these belts are up to date. No, not at all. It's got a steering wheel that doesn't go with that time period at all, but actually the quick release is nice, and it's got this nice shaft with an aluminum housing. And maybe if you look down in here, you can see it's got some neat tilt and floor mounted pedals, which I can simply clean up and use different master cylinders on. But if you step back, let's just go ahead and take this apart. So I'm not even gonna time lapse this, we're just gonna do it in actual time. So I got my Swiss Army knife, and I want to see how fast can I take apart this Porsche 356 with my Swiss Army knife. And go. Yes. Here we go. Yes. No need for time lapse. Casey has had 2 glasses of coffee today. Okay, that's one, but you gotta be nice. I might want to reuse that. Okay, well that's out. Okay, there's nothing there. Oh my gosh, look at that. What is this? Is this a thing? Why is this not loose? You want to come apart. You want to come apart. You want to get lots cooler. Yes, yes, just going crazy. Go, go. How am I doing on time? Oh God, it's been 30 seconds. It's too long. Yes. Billable hours. Oh, look at that. Oh God, the door came right off. Okay, well, here we go. More. Oh my gosh, this is so much work. It's taking too long. I can't handle this. Why is this taking so long? Oh, is there something here? There's something there. Oh my goodness. Oh, yes. Oh, hey, okay. Oh, here we go. Next. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Oh God, it's almost been a minute. I'm so slow. I'm getting old. By the way, did I tell you guys I'm almost 40? That is weird. Okay. Is that loose? Yes. Door off. Yes. Okay, here we go. Whew, yes. Come on. Yes, yes. Completely dismantled Porsche in. I don't know, 1 minute and 20 seconds. That's slow, I gotta step up my game. Okay, so I haven't done this yet on this car. Let's see what we got. This is junk, this is junk, don't need that. Yep, okay, but check this out. Okay, so this is dust. Yes, speed dust. So we got the master cylinder reservoirs here going down somewhere. Where do they go to? far, far away, it appears. Oh, down there. Got your steering rack, or not rack, but box right here. It's a steering box to a bell crank. And frankly, a 356 from this time period, you guys, this car suspension is basically just like a Volkswagen Beetle from back in the day. It's got the trailing arm suspension, top and bottom. And you know, you got your shock towers, which is why replicas of 356s and Speedsters and such back in the day were built utilizing a Volkswagen Beetle suspension and pan and everything like that. Because to be really perfectly honest, this is just a really sporty Volkswagen Beetle, I'm gonna be honest. And that's not negative, that's a positive thing, because Volkswagen Beetle for a long time was the most produced car in the world. It was great engineering, it was very clever, simple, and worked well. But if we look in here, there's some really cool zoomy race stuff going on here. These trailing arms are strengthened here. You've got beautiful spherical bearings. You got the Koni coilover adjustable shocks. You got disc brakes in here and calipers. You got air coolers for your brakes. You don't have to get that close. Right here, we've got the oil filter, which is very remote. It's at the front of the car, which is crazy. Got an oil cooler going on here. It's kind of funny. It's from Alpharetta, Georgia. I got some friends down there. This big cooler here, which went to the headlight receptacle, it's got a big steel opening that goes to here. And this whole tube, look at this. This is giant cooling tube. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, this would go to the back through this hole, and then that would feed cool air from the front of the car all the way to the intake of the engine to the tin shroud and the fan that would blow to each cylinder and keep it cool. So that's kind of neat just to see that. And then presumably underneath this panel is the fuel tank. Here is an old fire suppression system, and this appears to be probably a fuel filter, I'm guessing. And there's some big old lead weights down here, obviously to meet weight for some sort of class. Now, thing about this is there's some gauges in it, whatever. Now, the beautiful thing about this car is, and maybe you want to come over here and just look, kind of get back a little bit, and we'll sort of, let's just vibe on it. So go over there so you can see the profile of it. Now, the thing that I see when I look at this car, and this is where I want you guys to comment below with what you think we should do with it. Now, I know a lot of people are be like, oh, you need full Dorito power rotary spoolie boys, what up? And like crazy ideas like that. And that's cool. But I've got another crazy idea. And this crazy idea will tick off the period correct purists. Hold on, period correct Porsche snob purists. I know you're out there. I'm gonna do something that you won't want to like, but you're going to like even more. Yes, now, look at the profile and check this out, okay? I'm gonna turn the wheels straight. Now, imagine this, if you will, Porsche snobs and non-Porsche snobs. If, wait a minute, go, turn, yes, okay. Imagine this has narrower tires on it. Imagine all this other stuff gets cut off. When I see this car, I see the 1930s. I see German engineering and design of the 1930s. So what I would like to do is take this very nicely raced out Porsche 356, where they basically expounded upon the engineering of that pre-war time in Germany. Now there's a lot of modern stuff in here, so we'll demodernize it, okay? We'll get rid of this fiberglass and all that. But I want to take this and strip it down and think like I'm building a race car in Germany in the late 1930s. And no jokes, just have to say that. And build it so it'll be coach built to be more of a streamliner for speed. Make it a little lower, make it more svelte, make it single cockpit, like racing planes in the 1930s. That's really neat. And then with the rear, will it be more of a speed tail? When did the cam tail happen? What was the engineering and aerodynamics of the 1930s? And what was that style? So that's what's coming to me, and that's what I'm vibing with and really liking. Now here's the bummer about this video. You guys are gonna have to wait a good while for me to do this, and the gentleman who sent it to me well knows it's gonna take me a while. In fact, I was so burned out, I told him, I'm like, don't send it. Just don't send it. Don't send it, Larry Enticer! But he sent it, and it's here. So I'm going to have to put it in a deep dark corner for a while so I don't look at it and get tempted to work on it, because I have other things I have to finish right now, like the King Zero, as well as the F1 hot rod. But I am very excited about this, and for you Porsche geeks out there, whether you're a snobby variety or unsnobby variety, I welcome your thoughts. If you have anything interesting out there, or you might want to lead me on to, or ideas, or parts or whatever, I'm open to hearing it, and I appreciate that. But I'm curious to see what you all think about this and if you think this will be exciting. But I think this is going to be one heck of a neat build, and I know a lot of you will probably comment about Chris Runge. I think Chris is a really neat guy, and I admire his work. So this will be a little bit different than what he's doing, but I imagine they would share a certain kinship, of course. So that's really it, guys, but I wanted to show you this, an actual Porsche 356, or what's left of it, and the crazy concoction I am going to make out of it. So that's really exciting and also really exhausting, because that means I have to work really, really hard to get things done before I can then get creative and work really, really hard again. But I hope you guys subscribe to this channel and come back. Lots more of fun to happen, and the Genius Garage guys are in there getting ready for their first race of 2021 with the IMSA Riggins GTO chassis C4 Corvette. I said that badly. The really mean, nasty yellow Corvette. Yes, I think we're going to Mid-Ohio. I hope to see you guys there too. Catch you next time. Kart racing is the most affordable form of motorsports there is, and it's also the most competitive. So for that reason, you've got to have an amazing chassis. And for me, it's Top Kart. When I'm at a race, I simply go to TopKartUSA.com, check out their chassis setup and tuning guide, and that's the secret that gets me on the podium. So when it's time for you to go racing, call up Top Kart USA. A huge shout out to KW Suspension. Guys, this year you're gonna see beautiful coilovers such as this going on many of my cars, including my Porsche 944, my Dodge Viper, and even some of these crazy race cars. And the reason is simple. This is one of the best shock companies in the world. It was founded in Germany in 1992 by Klaus Wohlfarth, and recently they just launched a new 1.2 million square foot robotic warehouse where they're creating unbelievably nice suspension components such as this for 15 different original equipment manufacturers. So whether you're a street enthusiast, a weekend track warrior, or you are building the Le Mans car of your dreams, guys, check out KW Suspension. Unbelievably nice shocks. So go down in the description below, patronize them. You're gonna be glad you did.